Hey Nick,
Hey Jeremy, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing?
Doing really good. Just been a long day for me, but it's good to be on the show once again as usual.
Yes, it's been a long day for me too. I just got home a little over an hour ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I took my dad down 2.5 hour drive to go see his aunt. She's not doing very well, so
Oh, really?
yeah, she is in hospice. So they're not expecting her to make it through the weekend. So I took him down to go see her one last time.
Okay.
Yeah, we're missing two of them, Chrissy.
Yeah, we are.
Um,
Yeah.
Eileen is doing a back to school bash. Uh, it's supposed to end like right now, but she just sent us a message saying that it is still very packed. So I don't know if she'll be able to come on. And she was planning on coming on about an hour into the show, but now she's not so sure. And of course, we all know that Adrienne is still extraordinarily busy with her house, and she just got married last week. Oh, now I get the notification that we're live.
Oh, I got the notification not long after you turn on the live button.
Well, here we are, 2 minutes and 45 seconds in. I get the notification finally.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, come on, Streamyard, you're letting us down.
Yeah, really. This is why we love
But
Zoom. This is why we love Zoom for you guys.
yeah, no, Brad, we will not be on for 7 hours.
Wait, what did he say?
He
Oh
wants,
God, no.
no,
So she has time.
hell no,
It's not gonna happen.
no. Um, I'll be lucky if I stay on for the whole 2 hours. I'm pretty tired.
Yeah, honestly, I'm actually a little bit tired too for two reasons. Well, and honestly, Jeremy, I didn't even tell you this before we went live, but earlier today, I actually had a little bit of a headache, and I don't know. I was just in a lot. It wasn't even just my head; it was my legs. It just felt like I was in a lot of pain for some reason. And I was actually originally saying, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do the show if I'm, feeling this way. But fortunately, it's all healed up, so I'm good to go. And then, of course, the other reason is I've been working on more of the stories. As some of you guys know, I just literally uploaded story number 4, The Hunt, which is recorded by Tom McNicholas. So definitely you want to hear more of these scary stories I got. Go on to my YouTube page. The fourth story is now available. And
Hi,
now
Carl.
story number. Hey, what's going on, Carl? Good to see you. Yes, thank you, Chrissy. Yeah, like I said, Tom's is just up, and yeah, story number 5 is already in the works. Oh, Brad wanted to know: did you get the ratings numbers in for the 32nd most watched episode yet? When we had Brad on July 32nd.
Well, actually, so let's talk about that. Um, Brad, are you still home?
No, he's not.
Damn. Okay, never mind then.
What were you gonna ask him?
Well, because he said he was going to be home for a week, which I thought was going to go through today, maybe even tomorrow. So I was going to ask him to hop onto the show tonight.
Well, that would be awesome.
Yeah,
We would, if he was able to hop on tonight, we would make this the official day of July 32nd for
that's what I
him.
was going to say. That was exactly what I was planning on.
Good evening, Mort.
Okay, I am sharing this out. Just
Oh,
I am just going down the list.
he got his negative test back.
Okay,
All right. We'll
I am
get you
just
on here
going
eventually,
down
Brad.
the list, so I am not really paying attention as to which group is going into. I am just sharing.
Okay, Tom just messaged me. Oh, there's Jill. Jill's back.
Hi,
See,
Jill.
good to see you,
I,
Jill.
thought you could not communicate through your TV.
Tom just messaged me and he told me that he just heard his story that I uploaded on YouTube. I literally was about to send him the YouTube link to listen to his story, but he was one step ahead of me. He was listening to the other stories, and he just happened to see story number 4 come up. Carl said, how many shows were live on Paranormal Giving Tree last Saturday?
Carl, you were the only one. I couldn't. I tried to get a thing to where we would have sort of like something like this, and then we would go back and forth to between different locations. But the connection was really, really bad at my location because we did a thing the night before and could only go so far. Um, so I ended up not being able to go live, and some of the other locations they never did get back with me if they were going to try to go live. Um, So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. And then you went live. So I was glad that at least one location did go live.
That's the thing too, I pretty much remember that night that, as far as from what I've seen, yeah, Carl's was the only one that was watching. So
Yeah.
I think I'm trying to think what exactly did I do that Saturday night, but I can't even remember. But I did watch a little bit of Carl's investigation. So that was a really interesting location that they chose. I like Jill's comment here. It's like, and Brad, get your butt on the show. Jill saying I call BS on Brad not being at home. Jeremy, are you getting notifications right now on StreamYard? I'm getting some stuff here, like these red signs. They're saying we're
What in
having
the world?
yeah, they were saying we're having trouble streaming to Facebook. This may be an issue to Facebook's end. What the hell is going on here?
I have no idea.
I mean, we're still live, so
Okay,
yeah, it happened on like half of the platforms we're broadcasting on.
well, I'm removing them now.
Oh no, one of them is for Facebook. Shh.
Oh, StreamYard lost access?
That's what the messages were.
Huh.
Still nine. I mean, we still got the viewers watching, so there's at least 9 people watching right now.
Hang on. Now it's saying that my account got locked out.
Your account?
Yeah.
What the hell's going on?
I have no idea. My old password is no longer safe. I just changed it a couple of weeks ago.
I always hate when Facebook usually, not even just Facebook, just like any certain thing that when you try to, save a password on a particular account or profile, and then all of a sudden it's like you can no longer use it. I seriously hate when that happens.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still getting those. StreamYard has lost access to your Facebook account. Whoa, jeez. Forgot about that effect.
Hang on.
You still trying to get it fixed, or?
Yeah, I am.
It does. I was going to say it does say click to reconnect to your destination. I can't even tell. Wait, are there actual 9 viewers watching right now, or is it just stuck? Because I haven't seen any of the comments, any new comments lately.
I know.
The only one it says that still needs to be reconnected is the Things Universal page.
Okay, so we're back on Spirit Things Network and the Hoosiers page. All right, I'll be back.
Okay, we're back online on those pages.
No, I'll be back. I got to get something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for everyone who's watching, we're having some technical issues right now. We're trying to get that fixed as quick as we can. So, I do apologize for the inconvenience, but I'm not sure what's going on. And I just realized Jeremy has that same picture of me. Okay, I still see us. We're all here. Okay, yeah, we're again. This just happened like completely out of the blue, so I'm not sure exactly what caused StreamYard to lose some of the access to some of our pages. So, Jeremy, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, Jill's messaging me right now. She's saying she could still see us, but they're all there, and she also said someone did say the Universal page was down.
The Universal page is down.
That's what Jill just said to me. And that can't be right. Oh, now Brad's asking, can you see our comments still? No, Brad. Unfortunately, uh, oh wait a minute. Someone from Paranormal Nation Radio commented that. I don't know how they would have. Um, but Brad, no. I mean, if you're watching right now, yeah, whatever's going on, StreamYard is not showing any more comments. We haven't gotten any comments since the last comment from Carl. So something's not right. Here, hold on. Oh, Jill just sent me a picture. I guess. Oh, it was okay. Jill. Okay, Jill just sent me a snapshot of what's going on. Oh wait. Okay, now all the comments are showing up. Okay, we're back. We're back.
Okay.
My God, that was starting to freak me out. uh,
Gee.
yeah. Oh my God.
Well, they all just came in at once.
Yes, they did. Holy cow! Wow.
Okay.
All right, we're back. And to confirm that we're back, here's all the comments. What's going on, Tom? Uh, Brad was asking how was the turnout for the Giving Tree.
Um, it was okay. Not bad. Had a good time. I know one location they had just a very little amount of tickets that were reserved, but a lot of people ended up showing up. Um, there was, let's see, everybody that we were supposed to get, we got, and we had a good time. Um, I hadn't really heard much from the other locations. Okay, so
Show lagging tonight, as he asked.
we move.
Yeah, Mord was saying. According to what Mord said, is we kept freezing up. It's not. Maybe it's my lightning. Yeah, right. Yeah, this is what Jill was talking about. This is what Carl was saying. I
Yeah,
lost you on
but
Things
we are
Universal.
back on things universal.
Okay. Okay, good. Hello, Kelly. Good to see you. Yeah, Jill was
Wow.
saying StreamYard must be fixed first, I think. And Tom said that he could see and hear us. Show was lagging for Brad for about a minute. What's going on, Joanne? The video is working on
It's not.
Facebook.
It's not that it was lagging, Brad. We were completely thrown off of Facebook all the
Yeah,
way.
we have no idea how that happened.
My account got locked out
That was weird. And here,
as,
Carl said
as
it
soon
said
as
post.
as soon as I said that. As soon as I got this notification that my account um, got locked, that's when we lost all of the Facebook accounts.
Yeah, because like what Carl here said, it said post was blocked. Then he lost us on there. Okay, and then Joe
Those
was
were
explaining.
locked.
Yeah, that's what Carl was saying. That Joe also said,
Wow.
they aren't being updated on live comments until StreamYard is up again. Yeah. um, you want a trap mate? that way you're always ready. Oh, I already know what. I'm not touching that. I already know what trap
Yeah.
he's talking about. It seems like they hate you guys. Yeah, it seemed like StreamYard did.
No, Facebook just doesn't like me
Well, that's what Carl said. Page was
because
working.
I keep calling them out on their shit.
Carl saying Page was working, but we weren't on there. Take care, Tom. Damn, his ratings broke StreamYard. That woke us up there. Isn't tech fantastic? Yeah, you gotta love
Oh yeah, that's cool.
technology. Jill, she's like, uh, Brad, get on screen, and then Brad's like, I'm at work, and she has REM pod questions to ask. Lunchtime.
And now it's logging me out of Messenger.
Oh no, it's
Well,
still
because
up.
Facebook made me change the password, so now I got to change the password for Messenger.
All right, so I was able to get through all the comments, so now we're update. I'm up to date with all the comments now. So,
Woo!
oh my God,
Oh, how's
seriously.
everybody doing? How you guys? How's your day going?
Oh
You
my
see
God,
how ours is?
that seriously, I was starting to get kind of nervous, Noah, because I wasn't sure how many people were watching at this point, and I was starting to freak out a little bit. Like, are we gonna have to end this and restart this all over again? Because
I was beginning to think that myself. Okay, I just uninstalled Messenger.
okay, it's the Illuminati, as Jill said.
The Illuminati, yeah. I can believe that.
That is the first time I've seen an issue like that with StreamYard. Like, not only just with our shows, but on other shows I've been on where StreamYard is involved. Never seen that happen before. They know we want to talk about things.
Oh yeah, we want to talk all right.
Samara is playing games on you guys.
Yeah. Oh man. As if it didn't have enough going on this week.
Yeah, Brad actually messaged me. Yeah, see, Brad, now I see that Brad messaged me personally too, just like Jill did, saying if you'd still see the comments still, and then he said the same thing. His ratings broke the internet. Eyes upon
Okay.
us.
Yeah.
Well, at least I could breathe a sigh of relief. So that freaked me out.
Hi, Jennifer.
What's going on, Jennifer? Good to see you. Jill in the eyes.
Phone no, 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 no. No, not. I don't want that either.
What is there? A messenger issue again?
Yeah, well, because I reinstalled Messenger onto my phone, it wants to go through that whole thing of pulling all of my phone contacts in here and then merging the Messenger and my regular text messages to get. I don't want that. No, I want
Right.
to keep them all separate.
Carl was saying he's watching us and producing one of his shows. If he needs help, just ask him. If we need help, just ask him.
Okay, thank you, Carl.
Thanks, Carl. Talking about REM pod
Oh man,
starts.
how can Carl? This is how good Carl is. He is able to pay attention to two shows at one time on different networks.
That's what I love about Carl, and this is why I thought, when I offered him, him and his show to join our network, I thought he would definitely be a great addition to the network. So I'm so glad I was able to bring, we were able to bring him on
Yeah,
board.
you did good on that one. You did
Let's see.
good on that one.
Don't worry, we just want to announce that no, we will not do a special Nick Files based solely on the infamous Illuminati. Oh.
Actually,
I mean, I could, but you guys would rather spend the entire time watching me put the document together and put a slideshow together because I don't have anything for that.
I think on the Illuminati, I would guess that 75% of your show would be on the conspiracies about the Illuminati and only 25% on the actual facts.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
Say nothing, Jerry.
It's been a while since somebody's called me that.
I was going to say, I don't think I've ever heard anyone call you by that.
Nah, I'll just get that. So, okay. So a lot has happened this week. We had the paranormal giving tree on Saturday. That did okay. And also we had the wedding of Adrienne and Zach on Saturday. I definitely want to send my profound congratulations to Adrienne and my sympathies to Zach.
I'm sorry.
Now, those two, they are wonderful together. They really are. I got to spend 3 days with them on a personal level back in April, May. Got to spend some time with them back in September. They are great together. They really are.
They're definitely a perfect couple.
Yeah, Jill, there was a live. Adrienne
was
live on her personal page, and I shared it out everywhere.
It's not a very long video, too. It's only what, like
No,
a five. It's like a 5 minute video, I think.
no, a little longer than that.
Oh, so like at
Not
least
quite
under 10
10. I know
minutes.
that.
Yeah.
What was really cool about that is that Jennifer, if she's still on, was actually a part of that wedding. And what she did is that Adrienne and Zach put their hands together like this, and Jennifer came in and she wrapped this cloth around their hands and did some sort of a like a like a pagan blessing, or it had something to do with pagan. I know that much. And then Adrian and Zach tried to get their hands free and they couldn't. It was funny watching him do that. There it is. There it
Oh,
is.
yep, there she
And,
is.
yeah, it was funny. I think it was Zach. He was trying to shake his hands loose and he couldn't do it. So Jennifer did a very good job at wrapping their hands.
Yeah.
So, okay, Zach, you're stuck with her now.
Forever.
Yeah. But I thought that was really really cool, the way that they did that. And I had already told Jennifer that if that ever happens to me and I get married, I would like for her to do the same thing.
Either way, that was still a great wedding though. So,
Yeah.
you know, it was. I mean, yes, obviously, it wasn't like one of like I do remember hearing it wasn't like one of
So,
those like huge
whoa,
weddings, but it was still
look at
good
what
regardless.
Nikki just said. Traditionally, they should have stayed tied until midnight. Woo! No, there would be no way.
I'd be so
Wow.
honored, Jeremy.
You got to go to the bathroom at some point.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
But I just got to show this comment from Brent just said. Uh, I'm not touching that.
He did that off live.
I'm not touching that.
But yeah, if Jennifer is available during the time that, if it happens for me, I would like for that, because that would just add just that unique flavor to the whole ceremony. Um, so there's that. And then Carl did go live for like 4.5 hours.
At least, and Ron and Denise were kind of co-hosting it, so they weren't there themselves, but they were, like what we do with our Saturday night panels.
Yeah.
They were hosting the panel.
Okay.
And he said here they found an Indian portal Saturday night at their cemetery.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah. Geez, this cemetery that they've been going to, it's been making me want to.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get drawn more often. What cemetery is this, though, we should check out?
Yeah, I did not get a chance to watch any of that because I had my own event, to my own location to take care of. And then ever since I've been home, it's just been one thing after another all week. Next year, we're going to do the Paranormal Giving Tree again. This time we're going to get an early start. We had a late start for this year. And unfortunately, it kind of suffered because of that. Because by the time we got around to trying to get locations, most locations we tried to get already had bookings on that weekend. So we're going to get an early start. This year, I already got the committee made up. So I'm pretty excited about that. Some really, really enthusiastic people on that. So I look for good things to come out. The date will be July 15th, a Saturday night. and I moved it up 2 weeks because I didn't want it to interfere with Adrian and Zach's anniversary.
Now, is it going to be at some of the same locations, or is this time we're going to choose different locations for next year?
Well, we only had 6 locations signed up this year,
Okay.
so it'll be almost all new locations last year.
I
um, I,
mean,
I I know Crown Point will still do it. Wildwood will still do it.
we better. It's been a while since we showed the banner. Whoever this is, get that banner up.
Yep, there it is. Thank you for the reminder, whoever you are. Hey, hey,
Yeah.
hey. And then we just need to decide on what the focus group will be for next year. Last year, our focus group was on first responders due to COVID, and this year we focus on veterans and also active members. Oh, Cindy.
Oh, Cindy.
She's
Oh,
doing a
Cindy from.
long time.
Wow, Cindy from Belgium. Yeah. Good to see you.
Yeah, I haven't seen you in a long time.
Good to see you, Cindy.
And also this week, finally, and I would raise the eyebrow if I wasn't wearing the eye patch, but finally, a lot of rock. I rolled out the Thanes family. Jennifer, I still need your survey. Rolled out the Thanes family, got the 10 different divisions. I've already got some applications turned in for it already, but it's going to be a while before I actually put anything on the website because I just wanted to get it rolled out and into people's ears, and then as they come in, I'm just going to hold on to them for a little bit, and then when I find the time to do some extra stuff, I'm going to start updating the website. But now that I finally got that rolled out, I'm going to start focusing on really other important stuff.
Jill, to answer your question, here she
Yes, she
is.
is. Hi.
What's up, Adrienne? Looks like her connection's going kind of bad on the phone.
Yeah,
It's been a crazy week, yeah.
How you doing, Adrienne?
A few weeks. I still got Nate right now. He's going to go home Saturday.
Okay.
So it's been fun.
Your connection's really spotty where you're at.
Yeah,
Of course it is. Hold on.
We missed that attitude.
All right, let's see if going in the house will help.
Yeah, it definitely seems.
My connection was really bad.
Yeah. Well.
Sort of, maybe.
All right, let's see if this helps.
I feel like I'm watching a music video.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Alexa off. Yeah, so we're trying to get boosters in this house because there's 3 stories and one wonderful little modem. So, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Oh, well, I was getting ready to say that where you were at, it was fine, and then it started jumping again.
Yep, and she just froze. Oh, wait, nope, she's back.
Of course. Please see something.
Oh, Jill said this to you, Adrienne. Just congrats for your wedding, of course. So Jill wants you to add her.
Okay. Send me a friend request.
I
Let's see if we
imagine
can get closer to the modem.
probably got 1,000 notifications that you haven't had a chance to weed through yet.
Oh my God! Imagine that.
Yeah. So now I'm next to the modem. So if it doesn't work here, we got a problem.
we were having some connection issues ourselves earlier with the show.
Oh,
Somehow
man.
we literally lost like connections with a lot of the Facebook pages. It was starting to become a disaster.
My account
That's
got
ridiculous.
locked out.
Oh,
Yeah,
there we
I
go.
was
Now I
doing
can click on it.
my normal share, and then all of a sudden I got locked out. And as soon as I got locked out, we lost all of our Facebook pages.
Oh no, nope.
Yeah, took about.
Oh, and there she goes.
Bye, Adrienne. Wow.
Wow, that was fast.
Oh, there she is.
Oh, and she's back.
I'm
Welcome
doing
back.
better till I looked at chat. So okay, I can't be looking at chat. Can't be doing that.
So I had to go in and unlock my account, and then I had to go through this whole thing with getting this code and redoing my password, which I had just redone my password 2 or 3 weeks ago.
No.
And
No,
as soon
I'd
as
be
I
mad.
got in there, then we started getting some of our pages back. And then it wouldn't put us back on the universal page. I had to remove it, re-add it, and now we're good across the board.
Yeah, I was starting to get really nervous
Okay.
because it's like, are we going to have to just start this whole thing all over again? Because not to mention, then everybody else started messaging me personally and was telling me, hey, can you see our comments or whatever? And nothing was coming up for a couple of minutes.
I
So
didn't get
can't
anything.
see. I can't see that. So, do you have anybody on that's I don't know, medium or sensitive or empath? Let's find out. It's sure. Let's see what you feel. And whoever doesn't know, got married last weekend, and we moved into the family home that was built in 1908.
1908.
Oh, wow.
We've been talking
House
a lot
is
about
unreal. This is amazing. I'll have to say, I think every family member showed up, alive or
Wow.
not.
Oh boy.
We had a couple of the paranormal people here. We had Mimi. Mimi was so cool. She actually lives only an hour from me. So we're gonna do some things together. Her husband was awesome.
It's awesome you got to
I'm
meet
not
Mimi.
sure I had time to actually stop and talk. Huh?
No, I was saying that's awesome you got to meet Mimi. So
Yeah.
that's awesome because I've spoken to her a couple of times
She
on
was
Facebook.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's a
She's
shame that
awesome.
we weren't
She
able to
really
get
is.
together with her when we came to town.
What was that, Jeremy?
We were trying to get together with her when I came into town, but there was something, I don't know if there was something keeping her from being able to go. I forget what it was.
Okay.
I actually didn't expect her. I mean, I did expect her, but then when the wedding started and she wanted her to show up, and she's like, showed up right after it was done. So anybody that missed live, there's nothing traditional about it. There was nothing traditional about it. Still, it was fun. When you get my age, it's all about fun. The end result's the same. You're married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about that hand fasting that you and Zach did, and I was telling Jennifer that if the time comes for me, I want her to do the same thing for me.
I cannot thank her enough for doing that. And the way that happened was Zach, and mind you, we've been moving for 2 weeks. We had nothing planned, nothing. And all of a sudden his son says, well, Zach wrote his wedding vows, right? Are we still doing that? He's like, yeah, I think so. I'm like, oh God, I haven't. So here we are. I got to meet my bonus child for the first time the day before. We picked him up from the airport. He hasn't been home from Japan in 3.5 years. So it was awesome. Of course, I talk to him as much as his dad does, but it was awesome to get to meet him. I love that boy. Man, he's not a boy. But he officiated the wedding. He asked if he could. And I think he asked as a joke, but I said, sure, let's do it.
How will that work with
Knew
you
what
and
he
Samara
was
at fasting? uh,
Yeah, we really had fun through the whole thing. The ceremony didn't last very long. It was so hot outside.
I
But
was going to say it looked hot
the
out there.
important stuff, it got done. Jennifer gave me and that was something new.
I knew it had something to do with
Bart,
pagan, but I wasn't sure exactly what it was.
yeah, and the scarf was actually also something borrowed, but I'm keeping it. We were because Zach goes, okay, Jennifer's coming, and Jennifer has come so far, and she actually came and showed up, and you know she's a big part of this. Can we ask her to put her own spin on this ceremony? And I said, sure. What do you want her to do though? He goes, I don't care. Ask her to do anything. It doesn't matter. He said she's working on her Indian roots. I said, yeah. He said, I don't care. Just ask her to do anything. So when she pulls up, he goes, did you ask her? No, I haven't yet. So we like really put her on the spot. It was like, can you like do something? It's shaman, pagan, whatever. And she was like, yeah, but give me a minute. And she come up with the best thing she could have. It was awesome.
The funny part was at the end of that when Zach was trying to free himself away from you. I'm like, no, Zach, you are stuck with her now.
Well, I made a public announcement in front of everybody that was here. I said, when we get done here, your balls are in my purse. And he didn't know how true that was because I actually had his big onyx ball in my purse. So, yeah. I own his balls now.
Jennifer's like, dude, yeah, it's 1 hour before the wedding. You guys almost used a bathrobe tie.
It was fun. I think the best part of it was afterwards where I got the kids, and I don't know how many people know I have Andrew now. He's our child. I mean, he's ours now. So he got to be a big part of the wedding, and he kind of realized, he's like, oh, this is mom and dad now. So it was really cool. For those of you that don't know him, he's autistic. He's amazing. He's really low on the scale, but he's wonderful. I got him out there singing karaoke. Jennifer and Ben had to listen to it. It was pretty bad. I got some videos of it. It was pretty bad. But we had fun doing it. My aunts stayed as long as they could. They're older. And they had fun till they fell asleep. And then Jennifer stayed, and she actually did a song with for Dad, and he did it too. But it was so cool watching him cut loose too. So it was fun. We didn't get Zach
that
up there,
would be
whatever.
Different to see Jennifer singing karaoke.
She actually does very good. She's got a beautiful voice. Whereas I think I do because I've had one too many. So anything sounds good. I don't know. I'm belting it out and it doesn't matter at that point. Our poor neighbors, they still talk to us though. That's about all I know.
When
But
you
okay,
said that you were going to be doing the wedding in the yard, I was thinking, like normal backyard. And then once I started watching the videos, wait a minute, they're in the front yard.
it was supposed to be the backyard, but it had rained, and the backyard does not have near as pretty grass as the front yard did. And that tree means a lot to mom and dad. If you look at the
Okay.
tree, it down because it was falling on their house and the neighbor's house, but it is so big around that I couldn't tell you how many hundreds of years old it is. So
Wow.
it was
Wow.
pretty fitting. But for those of us who have, I don't know, any kind of abilities, all right, so don't mind the mess. We just moved here. So, okay, the house is. These closets have no light. There's a window in the closet,
Oh wow.
and it goes back to way back there. Okay, that's how old this house is.
That's
Not to
different.
mention,
Oh,
this is not the backyard. That's why we didn't
wow.
do that. And then we have, there's no stairs there. That's just the way they're made, which is really weird. I don't know why. That's just our room. Then we have the bathroom. This is the original tub in here. Her mother, mom's mom, used this tub in here. Of course, by now I put my spin on things. My little stuff here, see? And then we got our stage. We had to do that first thing. But look at this wallpaper. Let me turn this light on so we can see.
I like the
Yeah,
red
it's,
color to
This
it.
is original.
Very red.
This is completely original.
Jen's calling it the Dizzy Room.
The what? Oh, the
Jennifer's
bathroom,
calling it
yes.
the Dizzy Room.
That's the bathroom.
I like the red design to it. I have to admit, that's a really beautiful red.
It's
that's
unreal.
on the wall. Yeah.
This is the baby's room. Babies, but see all these? They work. This is what heats in the winter. They work.
Throughout the whole
Now,
house.
throughout the whole house.
Wow.
This is the guest room. These little dressers or side tables and the dresser were her grandmother's. Mind you, mom's in her 70s. And there's another window outside in the closet. Yeah, the closet.
Wow.
And
I
here's
gotta
another.
admit, I've never seen closets with windows on them.
This is
Right,
giving me
neither.
the secret window, secret garden feel to it.
Yeah.
See this? This is fun.
Whoa.
Wow.
It's nothing but red for majority of upstairs.
Then here's the big one.
I'm gonna put her on a solo layout.
Yeah, let's do that.
Right. And the family, right here. We were telling them about the family showed up for the wedding. Oh. This man here, 8 when he died? Yeah, 108 years old when he passed away. That was 108
Nate.
in that picture.
Wow.
Wow.
Huh? 108 years old. Those two women, that woman there and that woman there is mother and daughter. But they look
Jeez.
exactly alike.
They do.
And then this here is about the prettiest. I love the dining room. This right here was a bedroom at one point.
Really?
And this is where her daddy died. Was in this room.
Jeez. Wow.
This is just a closet now, but it used to be. It used to not even be there. But
So they took a bedroom and turned it into a kitchen.
yep. And then the basement.
So does that mean that you have two kitchens in the house, or is it like an extension of the original kitchen?
We do have two. Well, we have 1.5 kitchens upstairs. Then we have our table down here, this part of the kitchen down here, and then we'll put a stove here if we need to, and a fridge here if we need to. But this is all the basement. We have 2 fridges here. We've actually got 5 total fridges in this whole place.
Jeez.
And then
wow.
And then this area I have no problem with. This is our living room downstairs. And this. You can tell whose stuff that is. Now,
Yep.
this right here, that was Zach. His brother Charlie and Isaac. But yeah, that was Zach. So we have there's a lot of history here, a whole lot. From 1908 to now, and they actually have a whole binder of the very first family that owned it. And everything that happened. The one room up there, the guest room I showed you, there was an appendectomy done in that room. Dr. came, did it, walked away. Live or die.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay. Uh-oh.
And we just lost Adrienne again. She'll be back.
Yeah, she will.
That was really cool, though, like that walkthrough. I mean, seriously.
It was. 5 fridges in a house?
And then Joanne was saying beer fridge. Might as well make one of them into a beer fridge.
I would turn one of them into a Sprite fridge, that's for sure.
Yeah, the Sprite fridge. That would be awesome. Knee felt, wallpaper, Art Deco style of furniture. Brad's grandparents had a beer fridge.
Usually the beer fridge is out in the garage.
I thought so. I thought they usually are around the garage area.
Yeah. That's how most people would have it.
The crazy door that doesn't go outside but feels like it should. Sprite is changing their bottles?
I don't do the bottles. I just do the cans.
Brad, I got to show you something actually involving Sprite. It's something funny, so we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, I can't really drink through bottles anymore, at least not for a while.
I still do, but not the glass ones, of course, the plastic ones.
Yeah.
They're going from green to clear bottles.
Oh, okay. No, I can't drink from a bottle because I still have no feeling in half of my upper lip. So if I'm really, really careful, I can do it, but just not worth it for me. That's why I drink through a straw.
Oh, this is what Jill was talking about. She said, in her opinion, the red hall is the smaller version of the red room. Where's Ilene when you need her to comment on this?
It just depends on how the back to school bash goes for her. It was supposed to end an hour ago, but when it was supposed to end, she was saying that it was still packed. So she may show up, she may not. I don't know.
Clear plastic is more recyclable, according to what Linda said. So you get them mixed up with their other flavor Sprite bottles that are clear. Yeah, you probably will, unless they put the brand name saying that it has this flavor in it.
I don't really do other flavors. I just stick with the regular Sprite and
Me too.
with that.
Yeah, I stick to the normal Sprite too. Super red though, I can see why they feel dizzy there. Oh, Jill was talking about the hallway, the red wallpaper.
Well, Jennifer was saying that I think it was the bathroom she was saying was the dizzy room.
Yeah, she just said that's the dizzy room.
Yeah.
Most people are used to looking for the green. Still talk about the green bottles for Sprite.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not going to matter for me right now. I just drink out of the cans with the straws, at least until I get feeling back.
That's what it is. As soon as you said that, that's just like, did you
I
buy a
did.
lot of straws?
I did. So far, I've gone through like 7 boxes of straws.
She'll say, I was just about to mention the bathroom. I'd like to see that again. She felt pulled in there.
Yeah, so I'm going to message Adrienne.
How funny, but it's the bathtub, no doubt.
That's actually, I'm going to text her.
So Linda's asking, well, too bad Adrian's not on, but Linda's asking, so the house is haunted?
That's what she's saying.
Yeah. But that, whoever she was talking about, that person who managed to live to 108, man, that he lived quite a long life. That's for sure. He lived.
Yeah.
What do they call those? What do you call those people? I mean, I know the term, but isn't it called? And correct me if I pronounce it, a centurion or centenarian. Yeah, it's usually for some.
What,
That's
what, what are you
that
talking about?
for someone that because he lived up to be 108. Anybody that lives up to 100 years old, they're called.
Hold on, she
She got
did
that.
lose connection. She is trying to fix it.
Okay. Well, while we're waiting, no. What I was gonna say was no. I thought there was like a term for someone who turns 100 years old. They're called a centurion or centenarian. I don't know how it's pronounced, but
Oh,
I don't know if I'm one of them is right. I just don't know exactly which term is it. For the longest time, I kept thinking it was called a centurion.
centenarian.
Centenarian, that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, a centenarian who is a person who has reached the age of 100 years. So that's what I was talking about. And for this person who lived to be 108, that's a centenarian as an example. It looks like there's a conversation right now going on between Jennifer and Jill. Said that's the room that made her dizzy and lose her. It's items, many items with the attached spirit, and then Jill also said got the spinning feeling like when she gets vertigo.
Jill, while I'm thinking about it, if you really want to get some, if you want some really good advice about your gifts and how to use your gifts, Jennifer is an excellent person to go to on
Mm-hmm.
that.
Definitely. Linda here saying it's so amazing to have lived through so much history 100 years.
Yeah, Jennifer is probably the best that I know, and she's not gonna feed you a line either. She's gonna keep it real.
Mm-hmm. I'm just going to point this out for what, like I said, what Linda just said about for someone to live through so much history, 100 years. And Jeremy, I don't know if you ever heard who the oldest person on record. Have you ever heard who's lived the longest than anybody? You ever heard of that?
I want to say that the oldest person that I know of, at least in the modern era, it was like 124.
You were close, actually. There was it was a French woman, and she was born in 1875 and lived till 1997. She died at the age of 122 years. And
Okay.
for anybody that, and I also found this out, anyone that lives up to the age of 110 and older, they're called super centenarians then. So, although, I mean, as amazing as it sounds, honestly, in my opinion, I don't know if I'd want to live that long. because she actually outlived like her own kids actually, but she still held, even though she died 25 years ago, she still holds the record for the longest living person on record, 122 years.
Yeah. Back in the biblical times, they would say that people would live several hundred years.
Yeah.
Um, but I really don't know how you would gauge that, because their perception of time and their record keeping of time back then was probably completely different from what it is now.
It is, and most people really didn't expect how long you were supposed to live. Because if you go back centuries, like if you think like 500-600 years ago, like at the age I'm at, back then that would have been considered. I would have been considered middle aged, or some people would say I would have been considered old already by then,
Yeah.
because people back, obviously people didn't live as long. So if this was 500-600 years ago, I would be considered I'd be considered an elderly person.
Yeah. So when it comes to life expectancy, really got me thinking about it.
Yep, Linda just wrote this down.
Okay. And thinking in terms of how it is with my family, because of what's going on with my dad's aunt. She is 85 or 86.
Okay.
Um, my dad's 81. His mother, when she died when she was 82, and that was back in 99.
Mm-hmm.
So people on my dad's side of the family historically lived a long life. My mom's side of the family, on the other hand, when my mom died, she was 50.
Oh, Eileen, just really quickly, Jeremy. Eileen's on the chat.
Oh.
Get on screen, Eileen.
She looks right. I'm gonna guess she's tired.
Yeah, I got a feeling.
Wouldn't surprise me, after a back to school bash like that. I'm gonna guess that she's really tired.
Mm-hmm. But sorry, Jeremy, you were saying though about the life expectancy.
Okay, so. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Eileen, I bet you look cute. My mom, when she passed, she was 59 years old. 58 years old.
Oh, wow.
Her mother was 59 when she died.
Really?
Yeah. And I know my mom's brother passed since then. He was in his 50s. And I don't know about my mom's sister. I don't know if she's still alive or not.
It's just amazing to me, though, because, like, all in their 50s, that's still pretty young.
I know. Here I am, 42. Which side of my family am I going to get it from?
Yeah, that's something to kind of worry about.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, both of my parents, they're both in their 60s now, and they're still alive and well. So
yeah, so that means if I'm going to get married, I need to get married quick.
I'm actually just going to present, because I was looking at Jill's comment. Where was it? It was, she was saying, I can't even fathom living that long, honestly. Don't want to be alone for that long. That was when we were talking about I don't think I could do that. I think 80, maybe 90 years for me is plenty.
Well, I'm going to be completely honest. I am afraid of dying alone. I really am.
Turn 40 here soon, Brad said.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, I'll be starting a new decade next year. I'll be turning 30. So I'm about to begin.
Woo, you're getting old, Nick.
Well, I actually will have to say something about that. I'm not necessarily for my birthday, for next year, but also, and it's hard to believe now it was already 10 years ago. Like, among one of my family members that I was really close to was my grandfather from my dad's side of the family. And yes, Brad, I know I still am a baby.
Yep.
I was really close with my grandfather, especially, right before he passed away. And he actually passed away 2 days after I started what is now near the end of my decade. He died shortly after I turned 20. And I have to admit, I mean, when he was, though he lived a long life, he lived to the age of 96. So with that being said, I still have to admit it was kind of, I mean, as sad as it was just kind of a odd feeling, if you will, knowing that here I am just starting a whole new decade in my life in my 20s, and my grandfather passed away. So it was just kind of a rather unusual feeling to me. I'm not exactly sure why, but I think that was probably it was just right out 2 days after my 20th birthday.
My mom's dad was 75 when he died.
Okay.
And my dad's dad was 41 when he died, but that was from a car accident.
Jennifer.
Okay, Jennifer. You act like you are young.
After my kids graduate, my job here is done.
Jennifer does not act her age at all. I know exactly how old she is. She does not act her age at all. I have talked with her. I have hung out with her. She has got the energy to me. She has got the energy and the attitude of a 25-year-old. And she even looks young.
I mean, that's kind of the case with some people, and people have even said the same thing about me, is that despite entering my 30s in just less than a few months, people have told me I look younger than I actually look.
I honestly thought when I first met Jennifer and started talking to her, I honestly thought that she was no older than maybe mid-30s. I honestly thought.
Eileen, I'm 18. Stop lying.
But I really thought that about Jennifer.
Okay.
Then when I found out how old she actually is, I thought, no.
Well, Jennifer said she'll take it. No, seriously, some people still think I'm actually younger than I look. So I just apparently don't have the appearance for my age. And you know what? That actually reminds me of a music. Wait, hang on. What did she just say? Nick's as old as his inner child.
There you go.
Yeah.
And that's how it is for all of us. It's our inner child that gives people the perception as to how old we're not.
Right. Well, there's actually one music band that I still listen to. They're a band from the 90s. It was called, you're familiar with the band Pavement, right?
Who?
Pavement. They were a big indie rock band from the 90s.
Not right offhand.
They were popular in that era, but they weren't like one of those hugely popular bands like everybody would have heard of. And what's kind of funny is when you saw when they were younger back in the day, they looked like they were in their late teens or early 20s, but they were actually they were actually in their late 20s and early 30s. And at one point, they actually were on a television show in the early mid 2000s. And they asked them, they're like, what is with you guys? You guys are in your late 30s, early 40s. How do you guys look so youthful in appearance? And the lead singer, he just simply goes, seems like he's always, I honestly think he's always high on weed a lot. He just his attitude. So he just simply goes, I guess the showers maybe.
Linda is asking you to spell out the name.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to type it in now. Although it's going to...
It's going to go to all. It's going to go to all the destinations.
It's going to go through all of it.
Yeah, but they will only see it once.
Yeah, there we go.
Pavement. Yeah, I've never heard of them.
They weren't. Again, you got to listen to. They didn't really have that many huge hits or like number one hits from that era, but they were kind of a somewhat underground kind of indie rock band. We don't want no scrubs, Eileen.
Okay, I am going to admit, back in the '90s, I enjoyed listening to TLC. They had some really, really good songs there in the beginning of their career, and then, like a lot of people over the years, eventually it sounds like a lot of the music starts sounding the same.
Right, right.
Waterfall is probably my favorite from them.
I don't know if I've heard that one before. Or
It's
maybe I have.
it's really good, and the music video was awesome
Okay.
because when they first pop up onto the screen for the music video, you got their, instead of it being them, it looks like water.
Okay.
Their shape is all water, and then it turns into them. That's what I remember.
Hmm.
Good night, Linda.
Oh, Linda's. See,
Um,
sorry, I
oh,
was actually going to bring something up. Take care,
um,
Linda.
something that Linda was asking: am I afraid of unfinished business?
Yeah, I
Yes.
thought I saw that earlier. Let me see. Hang on.
Yes,
Where
I
is
am
that?
afraid of unfinished business, and that was why when I got home from the hospital from my accident, that is why I just went right to work. I started working on all kinds of stuff. Finally, got the Things Family rolled out that I've been trying to do for 2 years. Finally, got that rolled out. Um, that is why I am doing as much traveling as I am now. I have traveled more this year than I've ever had. That's why I'm doing the documentary with John. Uh, I'm going to 2 locations with him at the end of this month. Um,
Eileen here says you'll always have unfinished business.
she's right. She's
Yeah.
right. There will always be unfinished business, but I'm trying to get the most important stuff done, especially before I have my next surgery next month.
Let's
Uh,
show it to me so I can love it too. What are you talking about, Jill? I don't know what she's talking. I don't know what she's saying. Show what?
she might be talking about one of the songs. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Because they got a bunch of song titles up there, and I know every one of them.
Right.
Right Stuff, Waterfalls, No Scrubs.
I'm actually just going to share the screen quickly because this was actually
Oh,
something.
she's talking about the music video to
Oh,
Waterfall.
waterfall. Okay, yeah.
We will do that after the show, Joe, because we don't want to get the copyright ding.
Yeah, unfortunately, we would show it if we could, but you know how Facebook and YouTube are
Yeah.
nowadays. As long as
Um,
her kids are happy, healthy, and adults, she's ready. That's what
okay.
Eileen said.
So that's why also, even though I did release an album back in April, and I am done. In fact, I am done with the new one, which is this.
Yep.
It's called Phoenix. That is going to be released very soon.
It's going to be exciting.
What's that?
That's going to be exciting when it comes out.
It is. I listened to it over the weekend to the track list, and I'm pretty happy with it. I'm pretty satisfied with it. Again, all it is just me singing. No instruments, no nothing. So it's all a cappella. Um, and I'm not going to say I'm a great singer either. I just enjoy singing.
It's the same
Um,
thing with me too. I may not sound the best, but I do it anyway, just for the
yeah.
hell of it.
So I do these a cappella albums and put them out so that it's an illusion of me putting out a legitimate record. I do put a lot of work into the digital CD booklets. All my lyrics are in there. Um, So that'll be released very soon. And also, I'm going to be doing some books. I have been saying that I'm going to start working on 2 books. Now it's going to be 3.
Brad, when I sing dogs howl, cats scream, and windows break.
And don't forget about the nails across the chalkboard. But now I'm actually going to be working on 3 books
Wow.
because the third one is going to be a collection of my lyrics.
Well, stop howling.
The third book is going to be a collection of my lyrics, and that one honestly will probably be the quickest one that gets done.
Okay. Is that made to intentionally be like a short story?
No, it's like it's going to be like a poetry book.
Oh, poetry. Okay.
Yeah, only it's going to be my lyrics instead of poems.
Interesting.
Yeah, the title is already picked. It's going to be called "From My Lyrical Heart."
That's a good title.
And now it's just a matter of me actually figuring out a way to do the front cover for that one. But yeah, after having the accident, it really threw a lot of things.
Adrienne's back.
Okay, AJ's back. After
Oh.
after having my accident, it really threw a lot of things into perspective.
Did you let the dog out?
That I don't want to call it urgency, but it did give me a feeling of urgency that I need to get shit done.
Right.
So that's what I'm
right.
trying to get what I can. And Adrienne, she knows what I'm talking about. So
When I go, I'm going to go visit Brad and sing to him.
Yeah, so the reason I had to get off here real quick, my son called and his brother has committed suicide yesterday.
Oh no.
ooh.
But we're thinking suicide. There's more to it. So we're trying to figure all that out. But the police done said they ruled it as suicide and left it alone. So we're trying to fight it.
Not good.
Not good at all.
No, it's one of those things, when something happens, everything's going to happen. All at once.
It's just kind of, I got to say, that's just like, and Jeremy, I haven't even told you about this. It's kind of weird because I was just on the phone with Tom just the other day, and someone else that we know. Well, he also tried to commit suicide as well. So that just kind of shook me. That kind of just shook me up a little bit, knowing that 2 incidents like this, one attempted and one successful. It just
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
My neighbors next door in their towel out there.
Wow.
I'm like,
not
Wow.
the kind of news that you want to hear.
No, definitely not.
oh my.
But yeah, once I had that accident, that's when really put things into perspective. Think about a whole bunch of different things. So that's why as soon as I got home, I just went right to work.
And you ain't stopped yet.
Nope. I haven't stopped.
Nope.
But I will say this: I am as well as I can be without surgery.
And it's strange. I don't know what causes it or why. Zach did the same thing. After his accident, he came home and he was like, I'm making a nonprofit and I'm going to help people.
Mhm.
Okay. He works on that shit a lot longer than I work on at work. Yeah. But it changes you. It does.
Eileen, is giving you a reminder about something here to change your name.
Hold on. Let me.
I know what you're gonna do.
Yep, I'll take care of that for her because knowing Adrienne, if she tries to do that, she will get kicked off.
Yeah, yes, Jennifer. Yeah, trauma changes us, definitely.
There we go.
Yep, there we go. There we go.
Does that look better, Eileen? And yeah, Jennifer, you're right. Trauma changes us. It really does. Um, I can definitely tell you, and I'm pretty sure that Adrian can probably verify. I am not the same person that she met a year ago.
No, but in a lot of ways you are, just enhanced.
Trauma
Okay, I
was
can
a
accept
catalyst
that.
for his
I can accept
for
that.
mediumship. Yeah. According to Eileen, that looks better. And now she also just wrote, he could be Mr. Adrian.
So this is our backyard. All the kids
Okay.
play in the park. I love it.
Wow.
Oh my God, Brad. You got her name wrong. That
Brad,
isn't how you
you're gonna
spell
go back
coffee.
into the doghouse.
What happened?
No, that's what Brad just said.
He
What'd he
said,
say?
you got her name wrong. That isn't how you spell coffee is gross.
Kiss my yeah. Well, anyway.
Fill in the blank, Brad.
And where did Brad get this shit? Has he been talking to Zach or what?
Since, while you were taking your break from the show, getting everything ready for the house, we've had numerous conversations on coffee, Starbucks, all that.
Like
I don't
right
do
now,
Starbucks.
what Eileen is saying, Starbucks rule.
I don't do Starbucks. I'm not paying that
Brad
much
is
for a cup of
trying to
coffee.
get struck by lightning for some odd reason.
But I have a Keurig in my bedroom.
Well, Brad also, maybe also just went through a storm today.
Brad did?
Yeah, because where I was going was not too far from where he lives.
That's kind of odd because we would have, because like anything, like a lot of times, we would have had a storm that storm ourselves earlier today, so it would have affected unless it developed further down the line across Indiana.
Yeah. Yeah, Brad, I went down to Rushville today. I was telling people about my day. My dad's aunt, she's 85, 86 years old. We're going to end up losing her. And Dad wanted to go see her one last time, so I took him down there today to go see her. They don't think she's going to survive through the weekend.
Brad said they didn't get hard down there.
Okay.
And Eileen said they've also had storms for 3 days straight.
Well, she's a lot closer to the Gulf, though.
Yeah, it's more common in that area.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Jill, with
So
Jill, it's full of lightning.
Dad's aunt is looking to pass. Her husband is in stage 4 lung cancer. And a year ago, they gave him 12 to 14 months. I see him today. If it wasn't for the oxygen that he was breathing, the way that he moved and acted, you'd never tell that he was sick at all.
Stubbornness.
Yes. He was the same Homer that I remember from 40 years ago, almost 40 years ago. Yeah, his name is Homer. But he still got that spry attitude.
Hi. And there's our child, one of them.
Hello.
Hi there.
Oh, and
He's real
here's
enthusiastic about being on camera. Hello.
Well,
Andrew. Go watch TV, please.
Ilene saying, "You never guess my husband is terminal."
Um,
Um, no comments. I
yeah.
don't know. I don't know what to say about that.
I don't know if she's trying to lead into a joke or if she's being serious.
I have
Who?
no idea. Oh,
Eileen.
Ilene. Yeah, she said that. Or you'd never guess my husband's in terminal. Like I
No,
said,
he really is. He
he
is. She's
is.
not
Is
joking.
he?
All right.
Okay. But yeah, it's all about the attitude.
Yeah, she's
Um,
serious.
when 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 you're handed, bad luck, it's how you deal with it.
Right.
Yep.
A lot of people, they can go, oh, woe is me, and this, that, and the other. But the truth is, when you do that, you're just going to make it harder on yourself.
Yep.
Definitely.
I think we all have a purpose, and I'm getting up there. We're gonna leave that at that. But mom and dad are in their 70s, and we moved in here to help take care of them because we promised they will never go to a nursing home, and they won't. As long as we're living, it's not happening. So we moved in here with them after we got married, and how many people are going to do that? Not too many. But that's my mom and dad too. They're amazing people. They're wonderful, and they give the world their kids. Now it's time for the kids to give back.
Hmm. That's what I've been doing for my dad. I've been working on his house a lot. Um, changed so much. I completely flipped his bedroom. Um, rearranged his office. Switched two other rooms. Took stuff from one room into the other, and vice versa. Going through all of his stuff. Um, what's legitimately trash is going into the trash. All the old papers that he's had for 20 years that he doesn't need anymore, I'm taking them home and shredding them.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what
finally
we had
got
to do.
a house of pictures hung up on his walls that he's been wanting hung up. And he is really, really happy with the work that's been put into his house. Um, I'm just glad that even in my stage, I'm able to do that for him.
Right. And that's what we're doing here. His brother lived here before we did, and redid the downstairs. He did that kitchen, and he was wonderful. He did a great job. But it causes strain on the marriage, and it's just, you can't live with mom and dad once you're out on your own. Um, so it was our turn. We had to take over. We're not leaving until they're gone. This is it until they're gone. They have us.
That is such a really cool house there.
It
Yes,
really
I
is.
love it.
Yeah. Um, Nick, you may not know this, but I actually sat in that living room.
Really?
Good.
I Yeah, they took me over to meet the parents,
Mhm.
and it was that night that his dad joined us on the investigation, and he was giddy as a child. He was so excited that night. It it was just so much fun.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
he's amazing. He actually took a college course in paranormal. They had that. He's in his 70s, however long that was. But
So 50 plus
he,
years ago.
yeah, what they taught was meditation. So why aren't they doing that now? Because that is like the first step of anything we do, is to separate the real world from yourself, the world thoughts from your own thoughts.
Yeah, it's like the metaphysics with what they were doing back there,
Yeah.
and he was telling us about that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because it was really interesting for me because you don't hear that stuff today.
No, and he has no problem telling it. And mom, she knows everybody's here. She knows they show up. There's a man in overalls that shows up at the kitchen. There's a man downstairs. I don't know if he's in overalls or not. I have no idea. Upstairs during the wedding was like a flood of just a whole bunch of people, just like right there, all wanting to talk. The three mediums we had upstairs were like, everybody's trying to talk over everyone. I don't know. Um, I don't even try. I live here. I don't try. But it was pretty hectic, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon.
I think it must have gotten to Jennifer because she had quite the adventure coming back home after leaving your house.
And we're going to start doing tours here and see what mediums can pick up.
Okay.
Now, anybody that's close, Mimi's going to do it here pretty soon. Her and I are going to get the equipment out. We didn't get any equipment out during the wedding, but just us.
I was going to ask you because I know that you were going to go live Friday night. No, not live. You were going to do an investigation Friday night, and you were hoping to pull me in through video call.
Yeah.
But I was at Crown Point that night.
And it got crazy here.
Yeah. Let's see. Didn't have a look. Oh.
Oh, this.
How was the show after the ceremony?
Oh, I didn't realize Brad wrote that.
Yeah, he was asking about the strip show after the ceremony.
That happened way later. There wasn't too many people here for that one, and that's so that can't go on Facebook or any social media.
Jennifer said she's coming back.
You know what? Anybody is welcome. And Jennifer, if I could get her back here, that's awesome.
She said that they got ripped. You guys got ripped off. You didn't get to see it.
She's right.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
That's what I was going to ask.
Well, it's us, so it's a bad thing. But I'm going to tell you, she taught, and she can say what it was if she wants to. I'm not going to do that for her. But she taught Nate something, showed him something. And this child has been doing it ever since. And now, that little bit that happened is all the way completely done now. Now, if she wants to say what it is, she can. But she taught Nate how to.
She just said that you can say it.
Okay, she bent a spoon without, bending a spoon. She did it with her mind, with her energy, and taught Nate how to do it. Nate has been working on it since she left. He adores Jen and Zan. I mean, absolutely adores them. And he's like, he'll bring me the spoon every day. Said, I did a little more. Look, I did a little more. And yesterday he brought it to me and it was touching. I said, did you do that with your hands, like really push it? He goes, no. I did it like I was supposed to. Okay. So he was walking around going, I'm going to show Jen. I'm going to show Jen. He's going to take it home. I get to put him on an airplane Saturday. He's going to go home. His second home, because this is home too.
Yeah, no, he was actually supposed to go home a few weeks ago, wasn't he?
He was supposed to go home right after the wedding, but Mama had some issues where she couldn't make it. So I'm going to put him on the plane. She bought a plane ticket, and I'm going to take him to Denver and I'll get to walk with him all the way to the gate and see him off.
Okay.
And then I'll know an hour and a half later that he made it to her.
Well, at least it's a short flight.
Yeah. That's the only nonstop was on Saturday because she looked and looked and looked, and that's all we could find. But he's not scared of. He's like, okay, I'm going to be watching Frozen the whole time, and I won't even have time to watch it all. He's an amazing kid.
Frozen?
He's
I
awesome.
have to see that movie.
Definitely did not use
These
his
children
hands.
have actually made this whole experience wonderful. These kids are amazing.
That's good.
The autistic boy, he is so low on the scale, like, but he's been told, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't. I'm like, excuse me, the hell you can't, and you will.
Watch me.
So now it's, I will. He's gotten I can't out of his head. I will, and he's going to be a mechanic, and he will. And there's no doubt about it. We're going to send him back to school. He's going to finish his senior year, and that kid is going to be a mechanic, and I don't care what it takes. We're going to do it.
Oh, I just saw Eileen's message. She just got home and exhausted.
Oh, she's been running ragged.
Yeah. And that reminds me, I need to send a message to our guests for tomorrow to see if they're able to
Who's
do
your
it.
guest for tomorrow?
I messaged them Monday. Huh?
Who is it?
Nick and Angie from the Bell Mansion.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Adrienne, before I forget, because I wanted to show this comment from what Jill was talking about earlier. This was actually about an hour ago. She had said that she did try sending you a friend request, but it won't let her. So won't let her try to add you. There was no option to it, so you may have to add Jill on.
No,
I don't know. I had to get it out of there so it didn't hit the greasing.
I can't cook and be outside. Yeah, it's fine. If we can just dump it in there and drain it, I'll get the rest. We're doing country fried steaks tonight.
School officially starts tomorrow. His youngest is fresh. Her youngest is fresh meat. Oh my god.
I had heard from somebody. I forget who it was, but there were some places where school started last week.
Yeah,
Oh,
right?
yeah. That was Jan. Jan's kids started last week.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
July.
Jeez, all these
And
different.
they didn't tell them until that week that it was getting ready to start.
Brad also said her daughter just started the 4th grade. Jeez, all these new times of school starting. It's definitely not what I remember growing up.
Are they doing the year-round crap?
At this point, they might as well.
Yeah, it seems to be.
That's what they're doing in New Mexico. They're doing the year-round stuff because Nate's going to be in private school.
Eileen says some of their schools around here did too. Oh, or not yet. I'm not sure.
When I was in school, we always started the last Monday of August.
Yeah.
Yep, me too. That continued on throughout the late 90s and early 2000s for me. So this whole change, like I said, that's just unbelievable to me.
And then about 10 years later, that was when it was the second week of August. And now in some places, it's the last week of July. These kids are not having a chance to have fun. It's barely
they don't.
For God's sakes, like, let them be kids.
Yeah.
Not yet for year round. That's what Eileen was talking about.
Let me get some milk in there.
Wow.
Jeez.
Hey, look, he's cooking.
Hi, Zach.
What's up, Zach?
Not much, guys.
Hey, Zach. I just want to tell you, I'm so sorry.
Me too.
Jeremy,
No.
it can still be annulled, shithead. Don't think it won't. He's pushing his limits.
No, but before you did come on the first time, Adrian, we were talking about the wedding and the video and everything, and how cool you guys did all of that with the hand fastening. It was just
It was
loved it.
fun.
Yeah.
Oh my God, look at this what Ilene just wrote. Schools are stirring before even college. Her oldest doesn't go back to college yet. He's 27 and started college after he left the Marines.
Wow.
That's insane. I mean, I would have actually...
Keep that bull crap.
I thought it would have been the other way around. I thought college would have started before school, but my God.
You were bound. I asked you twice if you were. Jennifer did the same answer
That's what
both
Jennifer
times.
said.
Jennifer
Who's
did
asking who?
times.
Oh, Brandon
I
Bulldog.
just comments. Remember that.
Yeah, when I was in school, I took classes during the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Like in between my freshman and sophomore year, I took biology because I wanted to get that out of the way. I did not want that to be dragged out all through the year.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you want some pepper in there, honey?
So I spent the month and got that out of the way. The following year, I did. It was some sort of business class.
You are in so much trouble right now.
Every summer.
You said that to me too on the show.
No.
You're in a lot of trouble.
Because I wanted to get those credits in and get certain classes out of the way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Eileen said it was raising a kid through high school. Wow. It does happen.
And then when I graduated from high school, that summer I started taking college courses. I did not give myself a break.
I kind of did the same thing, honestly. I mean, for me, honestly, I was actually already starting college even when I was still in high school. I mean, they weren't like, major classes, but it was stuff that I took part of. So, of course, obviously I got more involved after I graduated, but for at least a year or so, I actually was kind of both in high school and college at the same time. Gee, she had her first kid at 16. Wow.
Is Jill still around? I hadn't seen her in the last 10
Yeah, I
years.
haven't seen Jill. I was actually expecting that Jill would have responded when I showed the comment because, like I said, she tried adding Adrienne, but for some reason Facebook would not let her.
Yeah,
I'll go back through the comments and I'll make sure that I add her through the comments.
You know what, you know what she might be doing, Jerry? Because just remember, I think there might be a reason why we haven't. She must be cooking.
That's what I'm doing.
That's what Brad just said. She must be cooking.
She's probably cooking. And speaking of cooking,
and Adrian's cooking now.
I'm making a huge mess, but
Well,
yeah,
exactly.
I'm doing it. And it makes you wonder, in a house that was built in 1908, how many meals?
There she is.
Same meals, because I'm just cooking country fried steak. How many of that same thing has been cooked over all those years?
Yeah, makes you wonder.
Hey, Adrienne, you finally made it come true. We have our very first paranormal cooking show.
There we go.
Jill's
We
asking.
tried that and it did not work because I never got it started.
Yeah, Jill's asking. Yeah, I stuffed out. What's for dinner, everyone? Hey, wait, what? Adrian's for dinner.
Yeah, everybody's going to Adrian's house so they can have country fried steak.
You bet.
Buddy bar.
Yesterday we cooked on the grill. That was fun.
House, guys. She lives in a really cool house. Because when they took me over to that house and we all sat there in that front room, my eyes were just darting everywhere, just looking at everything.
We never went upstairs, did we?
We actually, I don't think we ever made it past that living room and foyer.
I don't either.
because
hadn't been
we got
upstairs
there,
till I
we
moved in.
sat down and we talked to the parents, and they had one of the political channels on.
Jeremy remembers
course.
talking to you when he was here. Oh. Yeah, we're on the show right now, but he remembers talking to you sitting in the living room. And he was like, I remember that house. I just took him to the
Phew,
tour.
excuse me.
Yeah, I was looking at everything.
Yes, Mom.
Hello.
Hi there.
How are you?
Doing pretty good. How you
Doing
doing
good.
today?
Jeremy. Uh-huh. Jeremy and Nick.
Oh. So how did they like the house?
Oh, he loved it.
Loved it?
Yeah, Mom said anytime you can come and investigate, come on.
Oh, I will.
Oh,
And
honestly,
in fact, who knows? Maybe I'll make a special trip down there on my way to Reno next year.
Heck yeah. There's
you
a
didn't
lot to
invite us.
investigate here. I'm not turning on any of the equipment until somebody else is here. That's one of those you don't investigate your own home? Yeah.
Well, hopefully somebody gets there before I do, because I don't think you're going to want to wait until June.
I see enough. I'm good.
Jill said that we're all invited every Tuesday here at her house.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, keep this in mind. Make sure that Jill is already cooking before you even leave to get there. Because it is going to take her a minimum of 3 hours just to make ramen noodles.
No, she made because she was saying this to Brad that wait, no, not this comment. Where was it? Oh, she said she made the tacos on Tuesday.
Well, everybody that comes here gets fed. So, whatever.
Eileen was asking, did it take 3 hours to cook tacos?
Only 2 hours.
Only 2 hours last time.
Hey, Jill.
Oh, and I do have to say, I mentioned this before. It bears repeating again. Adrienne was the first one to get me to eat real food after I got my mouth open. Up to that point, I had only had mashed potatoes and pudding. But she got me to eat real food. Let's see, I think it was chicken that first day.
It was baked chicken.
Yeah, and it was good. It was good. But she was able to get me. She was able to get me over that hurdle of actually chewing up food.
Jill, I love this. I like that Office episode of Jan and Michael's for dinner here. You guys watch The Office, right?
I've never seen it.
That's a good show. I love The Office.
I've
Jill,
never seen it.
Jill, I think I know which episode you're talking about.
Okay, guys, my phone's about to die, so I got to get off here, finish the country fried steaks,
Okay.
feed the babies.
Well,
And
it
my
was
babies.
great having you back on the show.
It was definitely great. And yeah, if you could try to add Jill on, I think she'd really appreciate it. Because again,
I will add her right now before it dies.
Because she's having issues. She's having trouble adding you.
Okay.
Yeah. And next week we'll be back on track. I'll be back on. Sorry. So I love y'all.
We missed you, Adrienne.
I missed y'all too. And I will see you next week.
All right. Enjoy your
Adrienne.
dinner.
Bye.
Bye.
You know, I have to admit, by the way, it's amazing how it's still bright out in that area of the country. Like over here, it's completely dark.
Well, she's an hour behind you.
Yeah, I know. I know she is.
Yeah.
It's still just cool either way.
So it's 10 till 8 for her now.
Right. Eileen hopes to be too.
Eileen's had some stuff going on too.
Right.
Today she's had that back to school bash. Last week she had, the last couple of weeks she's had stuff with work. And one of the episodes, she was doing it from work.
I remember that one.
Yeah. So Eileen's had a lot on her plate too. I have just been fortunate that even as busy as I am, I have just been fortunate that I'm able to shift things to do this show.
Brad, bring the Starbucks and you'll be okay. Oh my God.
I don't think that's going to happen, Joe.
Oh, she said that she got a larger property, but still working her last property until they hire a
Yeah,
replacement.
yeah. And Eileen, am I allowed to talk about this, about your new thing?
That will never happen. Fried, not fired. See if we'll give Eileen a minute or so.
Yeah.
Depends on what that new thing is.
The job. Okay.
Yes, yeah, she said
So,
that's fine.
all right. So Eileen just got a promotion, and once she transitioned into that new job, it's going to make her commute a lot shorter.
There's a lot of new things.
Yeah, she is going to be less like a, I don't think even a 5 minute drive from her house to her location, whereas right now it's, I think she said 15-20 minutes, something like that.
Yeah,
So
I
with the
remember
new,
a conversation like that.
yeah, two
Well,
miles from the house.
yeah, 2 miles from her house. Okay.
Yeah, so about 5 minutes, if that.
Yeah, that's not too bad
Um,
at all.
so that's going to work out really, really well for her.
It definitely will.
Yeah, and I can definitely say this because my best friend just got a promotion too, and she didn't have any specific person being able to train her, so she is learning everything on the fly, taking stuff home and doing everything, trying to learn it. It's really, really overwhelming for her, but she's enjoying the job because the other people that are in the office are helping her out. Um, but she is just extraordinarily busy.
I figure she has been. So,
Yeah.
but at
So
least
when it comes to promotions and things like that, yeah, your whole world's going to change.
it's going to change. But at the same time, though, at least she'll be closer to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said it's the same position but 100 more apartments. Thankfully, August 19th, she'll be celebrating her 20th year with the company.
Wow, I did not
Wow,
realize you were working for them for that long.
that's quite a long time.
Yeah. At the end of this year, technically is going to be my 14th year at my job.
It's I still got to catch up with my job. With my job, I've only been there for 7 years, so I still have a long way to go.
But let's put it this way. At your age, I was at my job for one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I started working there at 28.
Okay. Oh, so she said now, so she's managing 336 units and new property, but still managing 226 at her old until the replacement is hired.
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you this. I mean, with in terms of jobs, before I started working at the grocery store, I used to work at a different shop. For that one, I was there for 4 years. I would have stayed longer if I would if things didn't change. Things didn't go the way they did. Because had I still been there, I would have been. This would have been my 12th year working there, but it doesn't matter because the
Right.
place I was working at, they went out of business 5 years ago.
Yeah, and when it comes to job, you need to make sure that it's going to be right for you.
Right.
And it's the same way when it comes to paranormal teams. You need to make sure that number one, the field that you and the field are going to be right for each other.
Exactly. I mean, and
And
that's the thing too. I even told my parents this is that like even for a job because this wasn't or obviously a job I really wanted to have in the beginning. I think we sometimes all feel like that with certain jobs, and the fact that I've worked there for 7 years, putting on a lot of hard work in it, I've still told my parents, saying, I may have been there for almost a decade, but in my opinion, this is still just a temporary job. I'm only keeping it until I find something better because unfortunately, we all have to work regardless. So, I'm only
Right.
so even 7 years later, I still consider it just a temporary job.
Yeah, and with the thing about the job, and then when it comes to what you really want to do, here's how I look at it. My job is only for the money.
Right.
That is it. If it
That's
wasn't
kind of
for
the
the
same thing
money,
with me.
I wouldn't be there.
Yeah, it's the same thing with me. It's just for the
Yeah.
money.
So with what I do is sort of like a job, only I don't get paid for it, but I enjoy what I'm doing, and it is very rewarding for me.
Right.
Um,
Eileen,
because I get to help people.
exactly. Eileen said, "What's funny is each move she has to explain the chakra tree on her desk."
That doesn't surprise me.
She just switched back in November. She's everywhere.
Yeah. So that's why I'm in no hurry to go back to work. I'm really
Right.
not. If I ever go back to work, I don't know. I'm I am in a hurry to heal, but I'm not in a hurry to go back to work
Yeah, exactly.
because with everything that I'm doing now is taking up literally all my time. I don't have time to go to work,
Right. Right.
and to them, I'm just a number.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit about me.
It's kind of the same thing too. Oh wait. No, Eileen said, "I can't believe you can't sue your job in Indiana."
Can't no. Even if it's their own admitted negligence, you can't.
Which is unusual because obviously nearby Illinois you can. So um, I got each state has different rules and
Yeah,
different ways of how you do it goes. So like you said, in Indiana you can't, but in Illinois you can.
right.
That accident was totally preventable.
It was.
It was.
It really was. Um, and one day, actually, I don't know if when I was on Clarissa's show how much I actually talked about that.
I know you were talking a lot about it, but
I've talked a lot about the aftermath and what happened to me, but as far as the work stuff goes, I don't remember how much I talked about it.
right.
Um, but right now, it is to the point I don't give a damn. I'll talk about everything. I'm going through in my book. It's not necessarily going to be a tell-all. It's going to be a fact book.
It's like they promote carelessness in Indiana.
Don't get me started on that. I mean,
Jeez. Oh, what the? Oh, OSHA rides our butts.
uh-huh.
Remind me, what is OSHA again? I've heard of the term, but what exactly is that?
OSHA safety.
That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah,
OSHA is useless, as Brad says.
yeah.
Yeah.
OSHA. I forget what the anagram is for, but they basically go into the workplaces, make sure that all the everything is safe and up to code, and if they're not, they are levied a very heavy fine.
Yeah, that's something I think I remember at least on one occasion where
Yeah.
like because like with a lot of jobs, and especially if you're working in a grocery store, you always have every once in a while you got to go through like computer training.
Mhm.
So even if it's stuff you already know, you still got to go through it.
Yeah,
And
they come in and do the inspections. Just like when let's say you're building a house, you got you got to have you got to have inspections throughout the process of the building to make sure everything is safe, everything is up to code. That is pretty much what OSHA does with the safety aspect of workplaces.
Yeah, I think we had OSHA like occurring at our store once, but they haven't really came back. And let's see. We have natural gas leaks all the time in our work by our big ovens, and they don't do anything about it. Our company constantly pollutes the water with accidental spills and gets fines, and that's it. Yeah, I mean that's basically kind of like how I pictured OSHA to be, and that's like that everywhere. Honestly, everywhere, no matter where you are, it doesn't matter what state you're living, whether you're living here in Illinois or Indiana or a different state. Otherwise, it's all the same, basically with OSHA.
Let's put it this way: for companies, it's all about the money. It's all about it's all about being able to turn a profit. And I'm going to use this example. What was that? It was Matt Damon, the lawyer show.
Oh, I know I can't remember what it is, but I know which one you're talking about. Ilene says it's probably cheaper to pay fines than fix the problem, and
Exactly.
Yeah, it's cheaper to pay off the inspectors than anything else.
This movie that Matt Damon was in, he had just passed the bar, just became a legitimate licensed lawyer, and he picked up this case where the parents' son was deathly sick, and they were trying to get treatment for him. Damn, what is the name of that movie? The Rainmaker. The Rainmaker.
Okay, yeah, because that's what Brad was asking. What movie is that?
Yeah, I kept thinking raining, and then The Rainmaker. And in this movie, granted fiction, but there's a lot of truth to it. In this movie, the insurance companies had this policy of deny. And then when they get sued for death and everything, it would be cheaper for them to pay off the family in the settlement than it is for them to pay for the treatment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just looking it up a little bit because I was trying to figure out if this is something I've seen before. I don't think I have.
So, and that movie struck people a lot.
I'm sure.
It is absolutely true. We're not going to pay for your treatments. We're not going to pay for you to get better, because the truth is, when you die and your family comes after us, it'll be cheaper for us to pay them off than it will to pay for your treatment so you can live.
Well, I'm sure it's a good movie.
Your life is nothing to us.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing that really sucks. And you know what? I'll be honest. I mean, even just thinking about it now, because obviously this is something we always have to deal with work a lot, is not necessarily OSHA, but even some corporate companies are kind of like that too. And that's kind of like with our place.
Yeah.
Rainmaker is good. John Grisham books are so good.
I love John Grisham movies. I have not read any of his books. I've got a couple of his books, but I have not read any of his books. But I'm reading books again. I finally finished Lord of the Rings a couple months ago.
It?
Yeah, I finally finished it, and then I read Rick McCallum's book, Ghost Believe in Me.
You did, yeah.
I finally finished that, and then I read Richard Marx's autobiography, his memoirs, and now I am in the middle of Robert Murphy's book.
Okay.
And then as soon as I am done with that book, I am going to read a Brad Meltzer book.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like Eileen's comment. Wait, Brad actually saw a good movie and he knows how to read. And Brad's like, I know, shocking.
Yep.
Definitely seen all his films based in book titles too. Love those as well. Love those too. And she said Brad saying the book was totally different. The movie was about cancer getting sick, and the book was about guns.
Huh.
If they made the movie like the book about guns, it would have been even more polarizing.
Yeah, the whole thing with the Second Amendment, that is, yeah, Jill, I have read a
Yeah.
lot of Stephen King novels. Um, I think I'm going to put Stephen King after Brad Meltzer, but I don't know yet.
Jill, you should have tuned into. First off, just so you know that.
I was telling her about
Oh,
that.
you did. Did you tell her
Yeah,
about that? We finally have a name for the show.
she. Oh, I didn't tell her that.
So
She even read watched part of that show.
So, Jill, just so you know, Don and I, we finally came up with a name for his show. We're going to call it Fear Fans. So,
And I'm still waiting on the logo.
he still hasn't, he hasn't sent it to you yet?
Nope.
As soon as I get, I can't do it as soon as I get home from work, but before I come on for the 13th Dimension tomorrow, I'm giving you a call saying, hey, Jeremy's waiting on you.
Yeah, because I need to build that conventions video, and I need to have the conventions video done by next Thursday.
Sorry, I missed the live chat. She saw some though. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I can tell Jill's loving the title already. Fear Fans.
Yeah, she was telling me that I should be on your show more often. I'm like, no. I'll be on your show one more time, but that's you guys.
Yeah.
I don't need to be on that show.
And just like some of the other shows, we're going to be having other people on because, I'm trying to also help Don, get to know the rest of, the staff here on the network. Oh, apparently, I guess he's talking about.
Yeah. So
Sean.
if you guys do The Shining on the show, which I'm pretty sure you will be,
Yeah.
you need to have Jill on with you.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Yeah. Jill say though, more clowns.
More clowns. Yeah. Well, Don knows Killer Clowns from Outer Space. You need to do that one before I have my surgery.
That's why we're going to add you onto that list, Jill.
Yeah.
There's no way we're going to do something like that without you on. If this is what I think, if it's John Grisham, he's a former Mississippi State representative and made fun of people who live in trailer parks. Is that who she's talking about, or?
I don't know if she's talking about John Grisham on that one. I know that he used to be a lawyer.
I don't know if he ever lived down in Mississippi.
I think he did come from the South, because most of the movies based on his books are based in the South.
Jill's already really excited.
Yeah. So if you guys do The Shining, definitely have Jill on for that one.
Yeah, that's who Eileen's talking about. John Grisham.
Brad's thinking of something different. He was thinking of a different movie with the guns.
I'm not sure which movie is, because there's a lot of movies with the guns.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, unless he knows it, I don't know. I don't know what movie
Actually,
it is.
no. I think I know what he's talking about. It's another John Grisham movie.
Involving guns?
Yeah. Because back in the spring, because back in the spring I was watching all of the John Grisham movies that I have, and one of them includes guns.
You thinking James Cameron, maybe Brad? Wasn't it the Runaway Jury?
Yes, with John Cusack. Yes, because the money that was going to be won was going to his. She was either his wife or his girlfriend. Um,
Yeah,
the
he's
high
asking, was it
school,
about guns or tobacco in the movie?
no, it's guns, because the high school that he went to, that the high school that she went to, there was a shooting there, and there were deaths involved, and all that money that was coming in from that lawsuit was going to the families because the families never got anything from the death of their kids.
Said, claimed Jim Henson. He's from here and William Faulkner. Oh, Brad was saying, all right, that's right. It's in the book, it was tobacco.
Okay, in the book it was tobacco, but the movie was guns.
Yeah, they changed it to guns for the
Okay.
movie.
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting. I know it's not, I know this is obviously not something involving, it's not, definitely not involving John Grisham, but no, there's actually a television series that kind of switched things around with guns too. The only other thing I could think of for something like that is the FX series Sons of Anarchy, because I found out that they were going to use their main sources I don't know if I never really seen the show. I've only seen parts of it, but I guess they were going to be using crystal, methamphetamine, to pay homage to
That I
those.
wouldn't care about if I pissed off those big companies or not.
What? Yeah, you wouldn't want to upset the big sick companies. Yeah. No, but in Sons of Anarchy, they were kind of switching things off too. With I don't know if there was ever a story based on it, but they were going to focus on having the club focus on using methamphetamine and drugs. But I guess they decided to, because of controversial reasons, they switched it to using guns instead.
Yeah. Me, I don't care if it upsets the big cigarette companies. I am anti-smoking.
I don't smoke either.
Yeah, and everybody who knows me knows that I am anti-smoking. Um, I have friends who do smoke,
Yeah,
but I don't hold that against them.
yeah, that's
But I
their
am
choice.
anti-smoking.
Yeah, that's their choice to make, and I'm sorry to say though, some of my family members smoke. So,
Mhm.
and I'm not going to say who, but let's just say this: one of my family members, he watches TV a lot, and this commercial broadcasts a lot on different channels, not just one. But they sometimes show those smoking commercials, like a tip from smoke, like a former smoker, and you see how badly they were affected after years of smoking and stuff like that.
It-
I thought to myself, now those commercials alone would have probably deterred at least one person, or in this case even my family member, to quit smoking, because he keeps doing that, he's going to end up just like some of these people have.
Brad,
Switch
that
to
is actually
vaping.
more dangerous to your health.
Yeah, vaping I heard is actually it's no joke. I mean, there's a popular misconception that vaping, because everybody's doing more vaping now, they think it's safer. It's actually not.
Yeah,
It's actually probably even worse.
it. I think it is.
I'll be honest with you, and I'm sure you guys remember the photo, but there was only ever one time I've ever smoked, and that was I was smoking hookah, and that was now almost 10 years ago, which I later found out that too can be. I'm told it's quite dangerous to actually smoke that stuff as well.
Mhm.
I only ever done it. There was only one time I actually smoked a lot of it because it was my first time at a hookah bar. But then over the next couple of times I was going, I definitely did it. The times I was doing it was really high up. And then after that, it's it just dropped down completely. There were still a few times where I might inhale it once or twice, but then it just got weaker and weaker. And after that, knowing that this was going to be bad on my health, I decided, you know what, I should just stop. I'll still go to the clubs because I still went because it really was a place you got to socialize and meet people and make new friends and stuff like that. So from that point on, I was only going there just to socialize. I wasn't there for this. I wasn't there for the smoking.
Yeah, and, I've never smoked. Period.
Yeah, I quit doing that. It was just one of those things where I stopped while I still could, and I'm glad I did. I've been clean. Been clean now for almost. Been clean for, well, I wouldn't even say clean for almost the last 10 years. Other than that one night, I've been clean my entire life.
I actually had bad lungs when I was a kid. I had bronchial pneumonia
Oh,
when I was 18 months old. That's actually what caused me to lose a lot of my hearing.
oh, really?
And the doctor said that I would be way into my adulthood before my lungs were 100%. And
Jeez.
said back then that if I were to smoke, one cigarette would land me in the hospital.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, Brad's saying here, actually, vaping is safer. There have been studies on it being safer than cigs.
I don't see how, because they say that there is metal fiber
That's
in,
what I heard.
yeah. So, okay, Nick, we have been on for 2 hours and 16 minutes. What do you say we just go ahead and end the show?
Yeah, there's just not really too much. Actually, just before we get off, there actually is one thing I wanted to present. It was actually something we were talking about earlier. It's actually, got to say, quick historical lesson. You know, when I was talking about that the oldest living person,
Yeah.
gene count. I'm just going to share the screen for just a quick minute. I actually have a few quick photos, and you can see, how quickly, she managed to live through just like 3-4 pictures. So it's not going to take that long. And no, Brad, it is not cockroaches. No, it's not. So, so I actually did find, fortunately, Wikipedia had a lot of this. This is her actual gift certificate. That was from 1875. As you can see, obviously, it's all in French, but the gift certificate still survives to this day. So,
wait a minute. What did you call that?
I accidentally said gift certificate. I meant birth certificate.
Yeah, I was going to say, wait, what?
No, birth certificate, not gift certificate.
I thought you said gift, and then I thought, wait, is he trying to say death? And then when you said 1870, wait a minute, no, that's your birth certificate.
No, you were right
Nick,
the first time.
What did you say?
No, you were right the first time. I actually said gift certificate.
Well, technically, she was a gift. So.
She was a gift, yeah, that is. But no, that's her actual birth certificate. So I was actually amazed to find that. Now, going on to the next one, this was her at age 20 in 1895.
Okay.
And the next photo I got
is that an actual photo or
that's an actual? I believe that's an actual photograph from what I've seen. Although it doesn't really look like
it looks like pencil.
It really does. But from what I've been hearing is that's an actual photograph.
Okay.
And then the next photo I got here is her at age 40 in 1915.
Okay, now that's
definitely a photograph. And then here she is at age 70 in 1945.
Wow.
It's amazing. Okay, I'm going to just stop this just for a sec because unfortunately the next picture doesn't show up, so I got to get
okay,
here.
I was going to ask if there was one closer to before she died.
Yes, I did. Yes, there is. I had to exit out, and I'm going right back. I'm going right
Good night,
back.
Eileen. We're going to be jumping off too as soon as we're done with this show.
Yeah. So yeah, but I do have.
Gil also had bronchial pneumonia and bronchitis. Okay, I did not have bronchitis, but I had the bronchial pneumonia, and luckily I never had to have an inhaler.
So here's the final picture. Yeah, I did manage to find a picture of her later in life. This was her when they were celebrating her 121st birthday.
Wow.
But she managed to live for one more year afterwards to 122. But
I just wonder how she felt. Did she feel full of life? Did she feel weak? How did she feel at
Well,
that point?
well, one thing I know for sure is you can kind of tell from like her eyes. Obviously, she couldn't really see any, couldn't see well anymore at that point.
Uh,
And for anybody that was able to actually talk to her, she also lost her hearing. So literally, people actually had to, they literally had to scream into her ear so she could hear them. But honestly, like I said, I don't think I could live it because it actually says here, according to census records, because her name is Jean Calment, she outlived both her daughter and grandson.
at
So
that age, that doesn't surprise me.
yeah, I don't see. And again, see, I don't think I could ever do that because it's like, I mean, yes, it's amazing that someone could live that long, but
Yeah, because if she was 20 when she had her daughter would have been 102.
yeah.
And if her daughter was 20 when she had her son, he would have been 82.
Well, it says here her spouse. Her name was Fernand Calment. It doesn't say how old he was, but she married him in 1896 and until his death in 1942. And that was the only time she got married. She never remarried, and she only had one child named Yvonne. It
Wow.
looks like Yvonne actually might have died young. Says she was born um, 2 years after they got married in 1898 and lived until 1934.
Oh, she did die young.
Yeah, I'm trying to look right now. Where is oh man, it doesn't say when she was. It doesn't say what. I don't know. It doesn't show like where what happened to her to Yvonne. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But there's a lot more really interesting information about how she did with her life. But honestly, it would take too long for me to read everything. Although strangely enough, it said that before her husband passed, because when we were talking about smoking, her husband introduced her to smoking, offering cigarettes after meals, but she did not smoke more. And Kalman continued smoking in her elderly. Get this. Kalman continued smoking in her elderly years until she was 117.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then her grandson. I said before that her grandson passed away as well. Uh,
Hmm.
he died again long before she passed away. Her grandson died in 1962 or 63, and at that point, because okay,
Where was
so
he born?
it doesn't say where, but geez, it says here her brother passed away too. Her son-in-law, they wait a minute, no, her brother, son-in-law, and her grandson, they all died in 1962 to 63, and at that point, Kalman had no remaining family members. She lived on her own from age 88 until shortly before her 110th birthday, when she decided to move to a nursing home. Her move was precipitated by the winter of 1985, which froze the water pipes in her house. She never used heating in the winter and caused frostbite to her hands. So, seeing if there was any. Oh, and it also says
Wow.
here, uh, at retirement age, she broke her ankle, but before that, she had never suffered any major injuries. She continued cycling until her 100th birthday. At around age 100, she fractured her leg, but quickly recovered and was able to walk again.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna read one
That's
more.
that's
I'm,
amazing.
I'm gonna read one more thing about because there's something about a daily routine during her later years. After her admission to the Mason Duloc nursing home in January 1985, aged almost 110, Calment initially followed a highly ritualized daily routine. She requested to be awoken at 6:45 a.m. and started the day with a long prayer at her window, thanking God for being alive and for the beautiful day which she was starting. She sometimes loudly asked the reason for her long activity and why she was the only one to still be alive in her family. Seated on her armchair, she did gymnastics wearing her stereo headset, Her exercises included flexing and extending the hands, then the legs. Nurses noted that she moved faster than other residents who were 30 years younger. Her breakfast consisted of coffee with milk and rusks. She washed herself unassisted with a flannel cloth rather than taking a shower, applying first soap, then olive oil and powder to her face. She washed her own glass and cutlery before proceeding to lunch. She enjoyed Dobby, I guess that's how it's pronounced. It's braised beef, but was not keen on boiled fish. She had dessert with every meal, and it said that given a choice, she would eat fried and spicy foods instead of the bland foods on the menu. She made herself daily fruit salads with bananas and oranges. She enjoyed chocolate, sometimes indulging in a kilogram, 2.2 pounds per week. After the meal, she smoked a Dunhill cigarette and drank a small amount of port wine. In the afternoon, she would take a nap for 2 hours in her armchair and then visit her neighbors in the care home, telling them about the latest news she had heard on the radio. At nightfall, she would dine quickly, return to her room, listen to music, her poor eyesight preventing her from enjoying her crosswords pastime. Sounds like she was a big crosswords fan. Smoke a last cigarette and go to bed at 10 p.m. And then finally on Sunday, she went to Mass, and on Friday, she went to Vespers and regularly prayed to and sought help from God and wondered about the afterlife.
She was inhuman.
She really was, no doubt.
Gee.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think I could ever. I could never live that because like when you have all your family members, your friends who passed away, and you're still. I mean, that's got to be quite a sad, lonely lifestyle.
Well, I've always joked that I don't plan ever on dying. I plan on living forever. And
Right,
then when I had my accident, I would joke after that saying I'm too busy to die.
right.
That's why I
What's up,
didn't die
Jeff?
then.
Her son's great
So
grandmother, his father's mom, just turned 100 in July. Yeah, I love what Jill said. She must be a lizard person. Osborne's reference.
that's really something else.
It really is. Just like Hal
Bill,
Hemorrhoid.
after this show, I'm gonna send you a message.
She's either superhuman or a hybrid. That's amazing though, regardless. Um, the superhuman race they are among us people. I just want to. Oh yeah, have a discussion in alien abductions and hybridization soon. Love to be on. What do you think?
Well,
I
yeah,
can't.
because there's been many reports of alien abductions, and there's a lot of stories and theories about doing the hybrids.
Right.
Um,
Going to live forever just to torment my wife and then torment Nick with cockroach jokes. Oh
yeah.
my god. Brad, if you do that, there's only one thing I'm just doing. Psh. No, it's crazy, but it's happening. Yeah, it definitely
So
is.
so yeah, that topic is would be very yeah. We'll do a show on that.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll bring you on for that one too.
Oh, good.
But
This, I
Jill, I will be messaging you after the show. So
yeah.
don't go anywhere. Don't go cooking.
I forgot to mention. I actually looked up like what the cause of Kalman's death is. It says here that she died of unspecified causes on August 4th, 1997, around 10 a.m. Kalman reportedly remained mentally sharp until the end of her life. So, stating that she'd been in good health, though almost blind and deaf, as recently as a month before her death. So, well, at this point, it sounds like to me that it probably was most likely just old age.
Okay.
Yeah. I will tell you my fear, Nick, so you can get me back. My fear is money. So shower with me in money, and I will.
My fear is winning the $1.7 billion lottery.
That's
Yeah.
funny. I just got to say one final thing. It's even though this one person lived in France, had she lived in the United States, can you imagine? Because obviously she lived at a time
If
before.
she lived in the United States, she would not have lived to be 122. I'm
Well, no,
telling you that right now.
no. What I was going to, well, actually, not even just the United States. If she lived anywhere else, I don't think. But imagine like everything that she lived through, all the changes everybody had in their lifestyle. Like she was born at a time when people just had, it was
She
now.
she went through World War One. She
Yep,
went through World War Two,
Korea,
Korea, Vietnam,
Vietnam.
the Gulf Storm. Am I missing any?
Um, it was. Oh wait, not necessarily in France, but I'd still put it in there. The Spanish American War of 1898.
Yeah, she would have been fully aware of that. Yep.
I mean, on the other side of the world, but I'm sure they would have gotten word about it.
Hmm.
And you also have to think too. It's amazing. It's like she was born literally around the time when the telephone, the electric light, and the phonograph were basically all being invented at that point.
Yeah.
And she lived up to the time where we had, not to mention at a time still when most people were either still walking and had horses and buggies. And she lived to the, she died at the age where people had cars, televisions, radios, computers, cell phones. Um,
When she died, Ulysses S. Grant was president. When she was born,
I was going to say, yeah, that was
when
when
she
she
was
was
born, Ulysses S. Grant was president, the 17th president. She made it all the way over to Bill Clinton, who was 40 something,
around there. Yeah, it was.
42nd president.
I'm just actually counting quickly how many
He went
presidents.
through 25 presidents,
25 presidents. Yeah.
or 26.
26. Yeah. That is just amazing.
Yes.
Nobody could ever, go through that like she did. 26 presidents.
And
That's got to be
almost
incredible.
27. She died the year before Bush. Well, when did she die?
1997, August of 1997.
Oh, seven. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so no, she was nowhere near when Bush was being elected.
No.
So she lived 27 presidencies.
That's just still absolutely incredible. That
Yeah.
really is. It also says here too that at when she reached her 100 and teens, she actually was still in good health and continued to walk without a cane. Although she fell in January of 1990 at age almost 115 and fractured her femur, which required surgery. Subsequently, Calment used a wheelchair and she abandoned eventually her daily routine. So her eyes were actually light gray in color, and her white hair had once been chestnut brown, as they said, during her younger years.
Okay, so in her lifetime, there have been 3 presidential assassinations.
Yep, you got that too. It says
Yeah.
during the last years, like in case you wondered how tall she was, it said that she was 4'6". She was 4 foot. I mean, 4'6", 4 foot and 6 inches tall, and weighed 88 pounds. Although she confirmed that she had always been small even
Damn,
during her
she's
younger years.
tiny.
Yeah, she was really small, but she had confirmed that she'd always been small even when she was younger and had lost weight in recent years.
Yeah,
Um,
you would lose weight in recent years. So the first presidential assassination in her lifetime was 1881,
right.
James Garfield, and then the last one is JFK in 1963.
Jill, I just showed those. I guess you didn't. I guess you must have missed it. I'll show this quickly again. Jill, just so you can see, I'll share the screen. I got a couple pictures of what she looked like when she was younger. Um, so here she is. First off, and I'm going to say it right this time. This is actually her birth certificate from 1875. So, no, I didn't say gift certificate this time.
Yeah.
And of course, as you can see, it's all in French, so I can't
Yeah.
read
So
it.
how good is this gift certificate? Oh, 122 years.
Okay, so that's her birth certificate, and Jill, and this is a picture of her at age 20 in 1895. And then the next photo I got here is her at age 40 in 1915.
She doesn't look 40 in that picture,
She really doesn't. I actually thought she was 30 when I first saw this picture.
if that.
Yeah, she did kind of like me. She did something to keep her youth for the longest time. And then
Well,
Jill
the
here,
gymnastics would have done it.
yeah, well, she did do a lot of exercise, like I did say.
Yeah.
And then Jill, here she is at age 70 in 1945. So right around World War II.
And
I
even
did have a.
she doesn't look like she's 70.
She looks more like she's 50, honestly.
Yeah.
I actually thought she was. There was. I couldn't find it. I did find a photograph of what she looked like in the 1960s, but unfortunately I couldn't find her. But Jill, if you haven't seen it, this is what she looked like later in life, a year before she passed away. This was when they were celebrating her 121st birthday. So hopefully, hopefully that satisfies you. There was one. I thought I saw something else about when it came to diseases or something like that. It said here her health. It was Kalman's health presaged her later record. Oh, she was on television at one point. I can't read it though because I don't know French, but it is translated saying she said, "I have never been ill, never ever." At age 20, incipient cataracts were discovered when she suffered a major episode of conjunctivitis. She married at 21, and her husband's wealth allowed her to live without working. All her life, she took care of her. Oh, this might be the reason why she might have had this youthful appearance, Jeremy. All her life, she took care of her skin with olive oil and a puff of powder. At an unspecified time in her youth, she had suffered from migraines, kind of like what I've been having. Well, then the rest of it was actually something I already read. It was about her husband introducing her to smoking.
Okay.
Thanks, Joe.
All right. Well, that pretty much concludes our show for the night.
Yeah, we were talking about it, so I just thought I'd bring that up. Something that not too many people hear about, so it's still. I think that's why also Italians live forever too. It's the olive oil for sure. I believe it. I'm part Italian, so I definitely believe that.
Yeah, and I have a very heavy Italian heritage myself too.
I've actually discovered that I've actually discovered I have a little bit more of heritage because I've always said for the longest time I was part Italian, part Irish, as well as I also recently discovered I had some Scottish heritage. I have also found out, and my mom revealed this to me literally a couple weeks ago, I also have a little bit of Canadian and French heritage as well, which, yes, I did tell Matt Grant about it, so since he lives up in Canada.
So you're a mutt.
I basically am. I'm a combination of different ancestries.
I've got Italian, Irish, and English.
Okay.
And Indian.
So here's just a word of something. If any of you guys want to know more about Jean Kalman, I'll put this on here. Is that there was a documentary film that was made about her life entitled Beyond 120 Years with Jean Kalman. It was originally released in 1995, so 2 years before she passed away. 1996, Time's Mistress, a 4-track CD of Kalman speaking over a background of rap was released. What? That's I don't know what to say. Yeah. I finally found it. Okay, I'm sorry. I know we're about to, and I found out about because you were asking about the deaths of the other family members. I just found them. Her brother Francois died in 1962 at age 97. Her son-in-law, Joseph, died in January 1963. Doesn't say what happened to him. And then her grandson, Frederick, died in an automobile accident in August of that same year.
Okay.
And considering she lived in France, surprisingly, World War II had little effect on Jean's life. She said that German soldiers slept in her rooms but did not take anything away, so that she bore no grudge against them. Wait, it does say about her husband passed. When her husband passed away, I guess it was, I don't know why they said it. She died in 1930. Oh wait, her husband died in 1942. Her husband Fernand died at the age of 73, reportedly of cherry poisoning. Wow.
Possibly, Jill. Yeah, possibly.
She should. All right, well, it's all interesting stuff, but unfortunately we do have to add. But yeah, check it out, though, for you guys. You guys want to know more about Jean Kelly.
Yeah. All right, well, stay tuned until next week. Tomorrow, where we...
Jill said, yep, good.
Where we may or may not have Bell Mansion on the show. We'll find out. We'll find out.
I was going to say, if we don't, do we have a backup idea for tomorrow night? Or
okay. Yep, I do. So until tomorrow night, thank you guys for playing along. And, well, I guess we'll just see you tomorrow night.
Jill, I'm going to send you, because Jill actually, she got word about the stories. I'm also going to start tagging you for the upcoming stories, because now she's back on Facebook. She hasn't heard any of the stories that have been released.
All right. Yeah, Joe, I was the first one released. All right. Well, everybody, thank you again for playing along, and we will see you guys tomorrow night.
Yep. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.